the key macro data that came through. The India June CPI inflation was announced yesterday in the evening, and it has come in at 4.8%. This is well above the poll that we had of 4.6%. Now, the higher than expected CPI has led to several economists actually upping their inflation forecast as well for the quarter and for the full year. Latha, take us through the details on the numbers and what economists have to say.
Yeah, basically the CPI number coming in at 4.8 versus expectations of 4.6, and 4.6 is already a bumped up number because the May number was 4.25. Already economists were expecting higher. This is entirely because of food inflation coming in at 4.5 compared to May's 2.91. So led by, as we all know, the culprits: tomatoes, vegetables. And when vegetables are expensive, people eat more pulses. So pulses became expensive, and meat and egg, other competing food items, also became expensive. Fortunately, not so much on cereals. But this huge number, 4.8, and the fact that tomato inflation doesn't look like ebbing anytime soon has led economists around the brokerages, along all banks, to up their forecast. So the first up we got from Citibank. They are upping their forecast for the full year to 5.3 from 4.9. And for July and August itself, it's over 6%. You know, 6% is the Lakshman Rekha for the Monetary Policy Committee. They can't allow CPI to go above that. But July CPI may come at 6.4 and August at 6.1 if tomato prices remain elevated. And usually it's a 3-4 month cycle. Once they rise, they tend to be sticky till the next crop comes in. And actually, tomato is a winter crop. Then the other things that Citi says is that CPI will not now touch the 4-point-something handle for the rest of FY24, which means it will remain above 5% even in the months when it is not 6. And the impact on RBI, no. RBI is not going to therefore change its hiking cycle. It will remain on a long pause and may say that we are looking through what could be a temporary rise in CPI. So although the number is bad, they are not expecting impact on actually the cost of money for you and me. Likewise, SBI also says they expect the July-September, that is the second quarter CPI, to rise to 5.8% average for 3 months. And it may even go to 6 if tomato prices make potatoes and onions expensive. Usually that happens. One vegetable spills over to the others because people consume less of one and more of the other. So the average for FY24 is also being raised by SBI to 5.2 to 5.4 if the next 2 months play badly on the vegetables front. Kotak has upped their forecast to 5.1 from 4.9 for the full year. They say starting from now to end of the year, it's going to be 5.3%. You're not going to see a figure less than 5 in any month. But again, they say that it is not going to impact Reserve Bank's actions. It will remain a long pause. And even the stance will not change, because even when they go into the October policy, the last number they will have will be August, which will be above 6%. So, they can't even change their stance in the October policy. Of course, they will certainly not do it in August. But just one point, because the US CPI numbers are so much more important for the global cost of money, today bond yields fell. Although everyone knows inflation forecast is going to be upped, bond yields are lower by 3 or 4 basis points.
Many takeaways from that, Latha, but the biggest one is that we keep tracking tomato prices along with the stock prices. Every day it has had such a huge impact on CPI. With that, a quick break on Business Lunch, but we return with more news and updates. Stay tuned.